course Strahd, but it's changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark TTRPG, everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, gothic horror, perhaps some gore, and bad topics. And with me, I have a wonderful cast of players. I've got Daphne, I Crave Violence, our Malachim soldier, played by Suku. Hello, welcome.
Hello, what's up?
What's up? Leonard, I'm being stalked and I'm kinda into it. Our half-elven duelist played by Pepper. Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
Soul of the Vestada Tiefling Bard, played by Hester, who got his face dunked in a fountain.
Yep.
Also roleplay. And we got the reasonable but unstable Styrax, our Tiefling Elementalist, played by Neo. Hello, welcome.
Hi!
Hi! What happened last time, Neo?
Okay, so we started with Soul introducing the famous Gary. And to Leo, and pretty much Gary being like, oh, so cool. We kind of learned the reason why he went missing, but pretty much it's like, yeah, I decided to stay here and didn't say anything, yada yada yada, and just we tried to tell him that he should at least tell his mom. But then we ask, pretty much we learn of Erasmus, I think it is, that he was actually turned into a vampire. Sorry, my brain is not working very well.
It's okay, take your time.
Then pretty
Have a
much.
guided.
Thank you. Thank you. What is the roll? It's a 2. Pretty much, Gary still talks with Leo with all his achievements, and then just like keeps talking, but then we turn around and see Daphne starting drinking and drinking and drinking, until she just ended up being drunk, which is great. Then we actually, after talking to Gary, we actually met Antonovic and Valentin, who went just like, yeah, she talked Leo all the way. Until the biggest of them, Lucresh Bilisek, I just pretty much stop them and just tell them to get away, and then just it was Leo and Lucas talking, and them being like the consorts of Stradania, him being the oldest. Then of course, after seeing what happens with Daphne and Joel, Leo and Starbucks decided to, yeah, we should keep an eye on both. But Starbucks decided to just confront Daphne about this, to no avail. But says nothing at all. Like, yeah, that man is just some random guy, and somehow Starbucks understood it. But then after that, Starbucks decided to approach the surprisingly alive Donovich and the new Baron of Barovia, Bildred.
Burgomaster.
Burgomaster.
Yes.
Yeah, Burgomaster.
Of the village.
And actually, after receiving like a very death stare from Donovich, and also him being scared of me being there, we learned that he actually turned into a vampire. So that's why he lives. And that there was democracy in the village of Barovia that surprisingly, they decided to vote Bildrath to be Burgomaster. Then we met Vasca, which is pretty much she think is an artist, being a chef, which is an art, of course. And pretty much she was obsessed on bringing us a special dish, pretty much to Leon's soul. And we learned that the food was a human, pretty much. More like a gnome's liver. Which, of course, everyone was disgusted about this.
I think it tastes good.
Yeah, this is good. But then we met with Baba Lysaga, one of the Night Apostles, and also saw the true form of Morgantha. Damn, she hot.
Damn! Fuck! I just remembered. Fuck! Why
Well,
they're
shouldn't
hot?
have burned down a windmill.
But
You make it so hard to kill them. Jesus Christ.
But pretty much learning that she was one of the Night Apostles, we pretty much asked her what was their involvement with Stradania, and it's more like bodyguards of her, and each of them control a territory. Being the southeast is Morgantha, then the center is Baba Lysaga, and the mountains is Rick. Before finishing the conversation, actually, Baba Lysaga got very curious about Leo being Eric and being the future husband of Stradania. But then they decided to go for a dance. In the meantime, Saul actually tried to talk to their people, to Vestani, but then he realized that something changed. That they went like, yeah, sure, something changed on you, and we are not going to talk. So pretty much, Saul entered into depression. Starbucks brought him outside, tried to just like focus on this you made your choices, is fine, until Daphne, a drunk Daphne, appears and just gets Saul and starts drowning him in the fountain next to us, until just like with a really good RP. And we finished the session with Leo dancing with Rahatas.
Indeed. Thank you so much. Let's get back into it, shall we? Build up the atmosphere. And let's head. All right. So, through the wide, bright veils of mist, there is a grand vision of a night garden. A gentle pouring of water from the fountain at the center of the garden, together with the rain that falls from above but doesn't hit the ground, provides this white noise creating a bubble of privacy. The stone arches around you provide some additional shade and framing. The cold stone benches regards it all, and hundreds of flowers, dozens of bushes, and a handful of trees. All together spread their heavy perfume all around, intoxicating the air with their lulling sweetness. And within this oasis of false refuge, 3 mortals try to deal with their own mental trauma and perhaps a little bit too much wine. Is there anything else you wish to talk about, or do you start your journey back towards the ballroom and your friend who you left alone in there?
There's one thing. Starbucks will approach Sol and pretty much just like leaning towards him. He will just say, I know decisions are tough. Some things are not right, but some things we didn't ask for. But we still have to keep going. This is our life and we have to deal with what we have. Just try to make your own path.
This fucking sucks. Can I please have wine? Wait, never mind. I'm not gonna. Oh, fuck.
Hey, so
What?
what's up? The fact that you're being alienated by your people?
Yeah. There's like... I don't know what happened. I think I lost my fucking accent too. Now I'm talking... Wait. I did lost my fucking accent. I just realized.
You just
What?
have... You
Oh.
had a bit too much wine and fountain water, that's all.
Oh, it was fountain water. Why did you lie to me? What the fuck? So
I did not lie.
drink? You drink?
What? You drink wine and fountain water, and then more fountain water.
Oh, that's why my stomach is fucked. Oh,
A little bit, yeah, I think so.
oh god.
But anyway, I know, again, completely leveling with you, it's not much coming from me, but alcohol can only numb the pain, it cannot get rid of the wounds. It's still there after you sober up, and it's even worse.
Maybe I don't want to be sober.
Then what do you want right now? Do you want to undo your choice and go back to your people? What's your
No.
heart desire?
I stand for what I fucking said. I stand it. I just don't like how they make me feel like this. It's stupid. You know what?
So
I can't. What?
I'll tell you this. No matter what choice you have made, you're feeling, even though what caused your feeling can mostly happen in your head, 90% of it at least. But no matter how hard to see it is, your feelings are always valid. Like, yes, you made a choice that I completely respect you, but it doesn't mean that you cannot feel sad or depressed about it. That's normal, and there's nothing wrong with you for feeling so.
Okay. Fine.
I don't know.
And so we'll sit on this chair and stands back up, but because he was drunk, he kind of wobbles a little bit, but he wills himself to like stay still, basically.
Definitely helps you up.
And wraps around. Soul will wrap around his hand on your shoulder, Daphne, and I said, "Thank you. That means a lot."
Yeah,
He pats
I
you in the
mean,
back.
If you don't want to go back in there, that's completely fine. If that's the case, then Sarah, you stay here with him while I go in check on Leo. But
No, we go back inside. We still
you
have
sure?
work to do. Yeah, I'll
Completely
be.
sure?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything stupid.
Oh, if you do something stupid, then
Then I'll just ask you for one thing.
Mm.
Walk to the fountain by yourself, please.
Okay. And it
Don't
tries to do
fall.
so.
Make me a vitality saving throw, and I want to see if you're still drunk, or if you're sobered up enough.
That's the main
I'm
thing.
can I cast resistance
good.
on Soul?
I'm good.
This is more like a general, thing rather
Look.
than like a.
Look,
Yeah.
I can do it. No problem. I can do it.
I'm gonna see how much. Okay,
See?
so
See?
it's a little bit precarious, but he has sobered up. More like he has sobered up than what he used to be, but he is still a little bit is like teetering on the edge of being drunk.
Yeah.
See? I'm good. I can walk straight.
I know. That's it. But
Kind
again,
of acceptable. So
I mean,
But
what am
I'm-
I gonna do? Dance? I'm not dance. I know I can't freaking
no,
dance.
no, you are just
Stupid.
you are just going to sit.
Okay, I'll just sit. Okay.
Okay, shall we go?
Yay. We go. Woo. And so will just start walking towards the party.
All right. I will move you guys when you enter the building again. The easy teleport.
yeah.
In the meantime, we shall go back to Leo. So, as we return to Leo just after his dance with Steward Rahadis, there's a noticeable shift in the air to you, Leo. But nothing has really changed. The blue marble and gold floor still twinkle, the painted and leaded circular windows and their shadows are still as magnificent. The string quartet music continues like before. Ah, well, that reminds me that we should do this. Perfect. And the inhabitants of the ballroom continue their dancing, their lounging, their eating, drinking, conversing. But the atmosphere, it is more wild, loose. Wine and other substances of debauchery have clearly loosened tongue and body language. Some guests have discarded their masks by now, and some vampires have clear blood stains in the corner of their mouths, and you wonder to yourself where they acquired it. Their movements are more bold, more demanding, more grandiose, more themselves, for better or for worse. As soon as you finish your dance with Rahadis and she moved back to her little circle of acquaintances in the corner, you see Rin and Baba Lysaga, which you recently have learned are other Night Apostles. And you overhear a part of their conversation as you look their direction. Really? You have no use for it? After all that work we did to obtain them, I mean, I could think of 1,000 things to do with it, but my house is a great place for it, says Baba. The white-haired one shakes her head lightly with a non-ending serene expression on her face. No, I'm quite content with leaving it in the hands of my free folk. They need it more than I, and they quite deserve it after their losses and their loyalty. Really, Rin? Baba says with a quirked eyebrow. Your lack of ambition is quite disturbing, but your kind is usually a bit like that, though you must be an extreme case still. Rin doesn't deign to answer. She only stares evenly with her pupilless, icy blue eyes at Baba. And Baba just sighs heavily in response. Well, consider our agreement and victory complete. We have broken them and gotten finally the final piece of each of the primes. A bit bittersweet now, actually. Rin lets her eyes wander a bit, notices you, gives a bit of a nod, returns her gaze to Baba, nods in agreement, which makes Baba's eyes find yours, Leo. And she's taken a little bit back, then just grins like a cat, pats Rin on the shoulder, and then they both kind of disband and go to different parts of the ballroom.
Yeah, so just smile back when they notice me. Not trying to... Yes. I guess I would like just get a read on the room, just see if there's any conversations. Maybe I can casually walk by or something.
Actually, as you take in the room, seeing that you're without, a company, there's one who breaks from their conversation to walk over to you.
Yep. Of course.
Oh damn.
Of course he's hot.
Oh shit.
Bexxy questioning sexuality with people here.
It's
Oh my
vampires.
I start questioning my
What do you
sexuality because of Bexxy. God damn.
So, this man with flowing hair similar to the mane of a lion has strong masculine features and warm hazel brown eyes. He wears a classic black and white suit, but his shirt is quite open to showcase the bare skin of his upper torso, which have just a few hairs and is chiseled. His mask is simple, small and black, but with a golden trim around the frame. He saunters over to you, and
I think Leo will because of his presentation, he's also gonna try to flex a little bit, almost like a reaction of him coming up, and then that just making himself a little bit more straighter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
he flashes a fanged smile to you, and then holds out his hand to as a greeting.
I'll take it. Nice to meet you.
Ah, nice to meet you too. The name is Alphonse von Twitterberg.
I am Leonard Kewin, but I am sure you know that already. Why do I have the pleasure of talking to you?
He holds your hand long, uncomfortably long, as he like measures you up. And finally he gives another quick smile, relaxes his grip, and stands back in a very casual kind of way, like leaning his hip to the side. But one hand moves up to his face, and that kind of massages his chin and his stubble. He has like a 3 o'clock kind of shadow going. I wonder what it is that you want.
What I want.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's a quite complicated question.
You certainly has the same body as he did, but it's quite obvious by now that you do not share exactly the same mind.
Well, I suppose I had a life too.
A
I
much
do
shorter
think-
one, but yes.
For sure, yes. But I do think, from what I've heard at least, I do share similar values to him.
Is that so? And pray tell, what was those values?
He seemed like a very supportive person and a smart person. And he would try to avoid bloodshed if possible, from what I've heard. Try to be diplomatic and intelligent. Solve issues. I don't know, to be honest, that's almost all I've heard. Usually people are not as talkative about him, it seems like. If you're willing to tell me a little bit about it, you seem to know him well.
No, not that well. We didn't really move in the same circles back then. He quirked an eyebrow as you said all these things. But then he hooks your arm and kind of turns you and twists, so both of you look at Stradania and Morgantha in a conversation with each other. A bit away from you. Actually a little bit further behind there.
Yep.
Sorry. But you see, this is important for everybody in the court, of how you intend to go forward. Obviously, there's still a sweet spot in the heart of our countess for you. But what are you? 20, 25 years old? This must be awfully overwhelming. Scary even. I wonder if you haven't even figured out who you are yet.
Yeah, I mean, technically, part of my soul, maybe my whole soul, did have a really long life. So, you know,
But you
getting
remember
used to
that.
it. Some things are coming back to me.
Interesting.
So, we'll see where that's gonna lead. I certainly want to try to live up to whatever Emmerich was to all of you. And, you know, there's certainly a reason I found my way back here. I'll try to pan that out, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. Seems to be working well.
He licks his lips a bit, like wets them, and then says, "It is very important to us, the remaining survivors of this court, that we earn our freedom one day. And if this is the path that you intend to take, well, we all sincerely hope that you try and help us the best you can."
he knows he's not to. Is the other court of Lavovian, the Countess. So, if there's anything in particular right now that you can think of that I should help with?
More food would be greatly appreciated. And trade. But ultimately, what we all want is, of course, the prison to break.
I understand that.
But if you do not intend to follow through on your little dalliance that you are clearly engaging in right now, decide sooner rather than later, because this hope that you're instilling in this court is, for every passing day, when that turn to bitter reality, well, there's a lot of frustration that needs an outlet.
Well, is there anything you want to tell me out there about this prison?
If I could, I would. But I didn't care about the politics back in that day. Hindsight is always painful.
Were you at the wedding?
I was, and yet I am forbidden to talk about it at the threat of death, but by yours truly. So please, do not bother.
See? Well, so I guess you do know something. Well, it was lovely talking to you.
He lets you go when you offer resistance. And he backs away with a mock bow, and he says, "You too, but as a PS, you should probably visit Kresk and find out for yourself. Have a merry time."
I'm just not gonna answer that. I'm just gonna smile, talk a little bit, and let him leave.
Starks, Daphne, and Soul. Let's do it like this. As you head back to the ballroom, in front of you stands Stradania and Morgantha locked in a conversation. You kind of slow your steps a little bit. You can see to the side of you that Leo is talking with this man that makes you question your sexuality.
Definitely Soul is living that. Do that.
Talking with myself?
Whoa!
Whoa!
You kind of slow your steps a bit, seeing that Leo is not in immediate danger. You kind of like try to be as quiet and listen in.
Yeah, can we kind of like, act like we are politely wait for them? Yeah, we are actually eavesdropping.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You hear immediately Morgantha say, once again, she's dressed in this long, billowing, earthy dress with a cleavage that goes almost down to her navel. And her mask is these butterflies in different purple shades. And she says, "What you asked and gave it to that Weasley Canterbury. Now, I want help rebuilding what is rightfully mine." Stradania kind of coolly looks at Morgantha underneath her eyelashes. I did not order you to do anything, Knight Apostle. I merely introduced the idea of a partnership between the two of you. It is not my fault, nor Cantemir's, that you failed to protect what you claimed yours. Morgantha seems to get a little bit worked up. There's like pools of color clearly on her cheeks. My fault? It is your newest conquest running around and messing things up. I didn't think I needed protection for something you claimed as yours. In return, Stradania becomes heated, her eyes smoldering with burning coals for eyes. I let you have your fun, despite what it cost me and my court in precious blood and souls. Children are vital, as both you and I know. And when you come begging for recompense for the crimes I gave you ample, you, Knight Apostle, agreed to the trade. Now I forbid you to start that hobby of yours again by sacrificing so many valuable resources for your vanity. And unless provoked, what is mine is out of your goddamn reach. As per our contract, do you understand me? There are many emotions playing on Morgantha's face as she struggles to accept what she hears. But then her eyes wanders and sees you standing there very close by, and her storm instantly calms to an icy breeze, her expression turning from conflicted to a taunting grin, before she says to Stradania, "Yes, I know our Asian contract, and I know all too well what provoked entails. Pray, Stradania, pray he never comes seeking my demise." Then she steps away, enters into the hallway, and pushes you all aside, quite sternly, as she says, "You can find my home, no feast of the burn windmill. Come and let's play together." And then she just moves down the hallway and eventually disappears.
Okay. And as she walks through,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking if I should do this or not.
Esteras actually, after hearing that last sentence, she will turn into Stelina to try to see her face.
Yeah, Daphne just mumble like, bitch.
Stradania looks at you with a cool look, like she didn't care if you overheard or not. She just flashes you a encouraging smile and then nods and steps away.
So will bow.
After the nodding, Cyrax will bow.
Yeah.
So will bow too.
How much was I able to overhear of that conversation?
At this point, you just saw the aftermath as Alphonse left you, and you saw that Morgantha stormed into the hallway and pushed your friends aside.
I think we got a not quite likable invitation to play with Morgantha.
Like
I
with
think.
Yep.
You know
seemed
what we
intense.
meant to
I
play.
just
Yeah,
I just at the end of the conversation, what happened?
she was more or less taunting us.
Yep.
Basically, do you know how, like Daphne just saying this enough for only the party to hear, hopefully. Yeah. You know how I think the countess or some of the members of the court say that they will not attack you unless you attack them first. She was basically still a bit of a frustrated over what we did to her home, and she taunted us and you in order for us to go and attack her, so she has a reasonable reason to kill you. To
Me.
get like a yeah.
Alright.
Hmm.
Well, it's not much different from everyone else here.
Well, definitely that her demise gonna come, but not out of anger.
Right, I look over to Daphne and Sol and see how they're doing.
I'm fine. Definitely fine. So just
Sol.
Daphne just like slowly pats her on the back, like gentle, like constant gentle pat.
No, please don't. I'm about to.
Oh, whoa.
Let's say that
Guys, don't touch me real quick.
we needed to almost drown him to wake him up.
Really? What's going on?
Just-
You wanna
Just give.
experience it yourself? Yeah.
I what?
Daphne just smile.
Anyway.
It's better if you don't ask. I don't want to make that scene that we have outside here.
Right. Alright, guys. I'm just saying. Please don't make this any harder for me, alright? I already have lots of stuff to do here. Please make sure you guys don't.
Of course not, Sir Emmerich.
Yes.
Cyrix,
sir.
you can feel somebody approaching from behind and kind of towering over you a little bit.
Cyrax turns around.
Looks so.
And you meet this lady. She wears this gray crystal pant dress, which is quite form-fitting, with a mask covered in small blue feathers. She has, with the dramatic peacock feathers attached to one side. Hair is gathered into these very fine braids that is put up in this high ponytail, and she has these electric, light blue eyes and these blue tattoos on her face. And she leans uncomfortably close to you, and she says, "What are you?"
It's
Hello. Greetings.
Starbucks will just pretty much said, "I'm just a caster that's cast magics and study magic."
Yes, I can see it in your countenance and how you hold yourself up. Please, you must do me a favor. Out of all people here, you are the one that I want to paint.
To paint.
Oh, did I might have gone 2 steps ahead when I should have started on step 1. Tista the Slope, court painter.
Nice to meet you. I'm Styrax.
Styrax. How exotic. And powerful. Please. You must let me at least a sketch. I need you to make me a composure saving throw.
Oh my god.
Oh no, baby.
Can I do a empathy composure check on this person?
Sure, go ahead.
I want to see like since I
Which one was it?
Composure
Compose.
saving throw.
Okay.
since you earlier said like some were getting more loose.
12.
Was she part of that?
Oh,
Does she have some blood on?
there are
fangs
clear fangs in her mouth.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Tall lady. Soul said just say tall lady.
Yeah.
She's long
wondering
and wily. like a branch, but elegant in how she moves. I think that is definitely not enough.
Oh no.
I have a
No.
14.
Our best person. I'm composure.
She
Favorite.
seems incredibly enraptured and fascinated by Sarax, and you can see her eyes like wandering all over her form and like taking in every detail. But beyond that, you cannot peer any deeper.
And do I notice that she like she do anything, or she just talk to Styrax? Like,
Well, let's see. Maybe not yet. Not up until now, but let's see what happens next. Is what I'm going to say. Yeah, Styrax. This person. It feels like they have been your friends for decades. You trust her complicitly.
I don't really think I'm good to be painted, but
Oh no, you count yourself so low. Of course you are, my dear. You must be captured on paper. Please, please.
oh, all right.
Thank you.
Miss, sorry for the rude interruption, but since she's our friend, we just want to make sure that this process won't have any negative effects on her. Will it?
Negative effects? To have her form be captured by these expert hands? Negative effect? It's an honor.
Empathy, composure, check that.
Can I too? But I'm kinda slightly
Man,
drunk.
I wanna do an empathy composure, but
Roll
Yeah, yeah.
straight,
I
but I'm gonna give you Soul a like a
DC.
higher DV. I mean,
Yeah.
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 I'm hella sus on this.
Good old 3 on the dice.
Good old 6 on the
Can I
dice.
also roll or no?
Yeah, of course.
Probably the 14.
You may.
Call,
I mean.
good
You know
old
what?
5.
Since I know Sarah,
Uh-huh.
she's the gremlin in the corner, in
What?
the dark corner,
Dude.
silently watching over everything. There's no fucking way that she's gonna like paint me. Hell yeah, I'm gonna empathy composure check Sarah instead.
Oh, okay, go for it. Go for
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
In the
that's what I-
meantime, oh, you also checked.
15.
Okay, and
Yeah, I
Soul
tried to
did
check
it
her.
to Tista.
Mm.
Okay. Leo, there's been a lot of information. You're a little bit distracted
yeah,
right
this is-
now.
It's
And
stressful.
and Starks has always been a little bit of an enigma to you of what she's interested or not in, you know? So Tista looks honestly a little bit offended that it would be a negative thing to have her paint somebody. And Daphne, Starks is being uncharacteristically comfortable in a stranger's presence.
May I ask where are you gonna do the whole painting?
Well, privacy is certainly needed, but I can go and catch my supplies, and I think the lounge will make do.
So you are okay with people watching you make your magnificent craft?
I prefer people not hanging over my shoulder per se, and not standing in the way of my gaze. But to the side is perfectly fine.
We
What
have
if
seen.
Styrex here would truly feel comfortable with me, and for this painting to be a true masterpiece, she must have the privacy of feeling unhindered by prying eyes. So, for her sake, I would prefer being alone.
We have our character. We have witness is Marc uncharacteristically like friendly with the countess, right? So
Mhm.
I think Daphne can assume that maybe do some sort of check that maybe something the same happened to Styrax, using that as a reference frame.
You probably have a strong suspicion, but you're not sure.
Yeah. I'll just lean into.
Also, you can see Styrax just like looking pretty much at the floor and with pretty much holding her left arm with his right arm, like trying to so insert. Oh, like she feels very secure.
I'll whisper to
I mean,
Sol. Hey,
if you
Sol.
really want to do it, Styrex.
Hey, Sol. Do you have anything against Charm? This whispering.
Huh? No, I have none. I think. I don't know.
Well, if Styrax wants to do it, then sure. But
Yeah, I would like
however,
someone to look over at least. You know, we're pretty new here, and I don't want anyone to get lost and everything. So maybe Daphne or Soul, one of you.
To put your minds at ease, you have all been granted a veil of protection, at least for tonight. I
Well,
would
sure.
risk my
I'm
own
just saying it's
demise
a big
if
castle, you know.
I was just down the hallway. Is that big for you?
Well, I've moved around the castle a bit, and I would, as I said, like someone to accompany her.
excuse me, Miss. We by no means trying to be rude, but other than watching over your friends, we also want to, well, gaze upon the working process of an artist like you.
Yes.
We have met
Always.
with other types of artists, right? The chef and all that. So we're quite intrigued.
Oh, yeah. Actor, chef, painter. Yes. I know. It used to be more, but it's only us left. As I said, do not want anybody looking over my shoulder. It disturbs my
Yes,
process.
we absolutely understand, and we will not stand in your way of gazing at Starak. We're simply watching from the sides. Would that be okay?
Fine. Now, please,
Thank you.
Starix, sit yourself down in the lounge, make yourself comfortable, and I'll be right back.
All right.
And
What?
without listening to anyone else have to say about it, she
Yeah.
disappears down the hallway in surprising blurry speed.
When she disappears, I'll just check Starak and silently cast resistance on her.
What? You don't cast anything in the middle here.
Hey,
Styrex, why are you?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
weird.
I'm
You just
confused.
simply.
I
You
just said
simply
you
accept
shouldn't
that.
make anything harder, and now you're just leaving again, doing some weird shenanigans that's probably gonna be involving blood and bad
This
things.
is very out of character for you, Starak. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. It's just never I've been asked to be painted.
I'm so tempted to just slap Styrax, but we are in the middle of a ballroom.
Alright, let's sit down, as she said, right?
Yes, on the lounge.
The lounge is outside.
I was there.
Yes, this way.
Oh.
I think.
The
Nice.
raised voice of Valentin talking to Gary catches everybody's attention but Cyrix, who is a little bit one-track mind. Cyrix, you feel like this intrinsic need to make Tista happy. So you're kind of a little bit narrow-minded right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, pretty much Starbucks. You can just see Starbucks just moving.
And okay, I'll accompany Styrax.
Okay.
Okay, as we walk out, can I like I'm not gonna slap Styrax, but can I like just pinch her arm real hard that it did like 1 damage or something?
You can deal some pain by pinching. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just pinch. Does that do anything?
Ouch! But why do you do that?
No.
Why? It's not that she didn't cast any spell. I'm fine.
We don't know. They can cast spell that we do not know.
Every single spell has to go with a soul mark.
Or maybe that's just their innate ability. You have never seen this person, and you understand how that is very out of character for you to be like, yes, I'm just gonna be painted by you.
I know, but I felt like it.
Let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
I don't have any. God. Okay.
The vampire charm is really irritating to deal with. You just how it is.
Slap Styrax. I don't want to hurt my friend. Ah, fuck.
Can you please stop?
Can you please stop?
I wanted to do this. It is my choice.
Fine.
If you're fine, you can just come and watch.
So I got Styrax. When you come back to your sense, I'm gonna shove it in your face about the fact that you are under this kind of effect. Alright, come on, let's go.
And let's go.
Alright, you head into the lounge and sit down and wait.
Oh, hello.
In the meantime, what stole Sol's and Leo's attention is that indeed you can see Valentin leaning over Gary and have a conversation with him. Gary seems equally parts scared and at the same time an equal part excited determination. Valentin puts a hand on the kid's back, saying with that big smile, and they seem to be moving towards the gallery hallway. Valentin pushing him on.
Can I intercept while they're moving past us?
Mhm.
Just to quickly oh hey. You going somewhere, kid?
Indeed we are. I am going to further the prestigious education of our new little friend.
Can I see like his mood? See like, I don't know if I've seen it on Stradania before like, but bloodthirsty in a bit, in a sense.
Make me an empathy composure.
Oh, damn. Nice.
Damn. There's this outside kind of flippant facade, but inside there's a simmering hatred.
I'll like. I thought he'd done most of it already, and it's quite late. I don't think it's necessary.
Now he agreed, did you not? Valentine is also really yes. I did. It's.
Well, Gary, I mean, I'm just saying. In the morning, you certainly have some lessons, right? And the people are gonna not be happy about you being tired and not learning. I was actually intending on doing some workout in the morning with you.
I
Be sad if you had to miss it.
actually have a free day tomorrow, but this is really exciting. I would like to do that. The more time you're wasting on stopping us, the more the hour grows late. Now out of the way.
Oh, they're scary. Is Gary gonna be okay, Leo?
No. Fuck. Ah, Jesus. I don't know if I can leave the ball. We can't just let them.
He goes. You follow after a little bit, wondering and worried about what Valentine is gonna do. But you see them stopping inside of the gallery hallway, and then both of them draw weapons. Only Gary has drawn his toy rapier and put himself in an unguarded position against Valentine.
Oh, shit.
Beyond him stands Valentine, completely relaxed, hands behind his back. There's no weapon or like a holster or anything in sight, but he looks like he's gonna do this with the kid anyway. Yes, keep those knees bent loosely. Good. You don't want them to look up when you suddenly need to move. Your right foot is a bit twisted outward. You can trip on yourself like that. Good.
Anyone else notice Gary leaving right now?
For now, they don't seem to care.
Can I empathy composure this guy and see like if he's gonna like do like heavy swings and shit like that?
I mean,
Can I
Leo's gonna
disturb that?
tell you.
What you know from
What's he?
vampires is that their physical frames has nothing to do with their actual physical abilities. You have no
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say to Sol, as he was asking before as well, and Dad on that, and be like, he seems to have some hatred for this kid. I don't like where this is going. But their weaning is gonna be a problem. I'll see what I can do.
To correct you, the hatred was pointed towards you.
Oh, okay.
Not him.
Okay.
Okay, then I understand that. Okay,
Okay.
then I won't say that. I'll be like, all right. I don't think I would hope that nothing can severely would happen here.
Yeah, I think it would be better to watch back a little bit and intervene when it's getting too dangerous.
I don't think we can.
There's nothing we could do. Yeah. Not much.
Gary makes some adjustments to his stance. Valentine continues to like shout out some half-hearted kind of corrections and advice, and then eventually Valentine says to Gary, but his eyes are locked on Leo, "Good. Now show me what you got, kid." There's a certain minimum of character and skill to be allowed to live in her illustrious presence, and I'm not sure that you got that.
And then just gonna smirk.
Gary tenses and then charges at Valentin with a resolute but slightly quivering battle shout. Valentin, on the other hand, continues standing relaxed all up until the final moment where Gary is about to touch Valentin's midsection with a brazen kind of deep stab. In that split second, there's a sudden dark swirl in Valentin's hand. And then, in the next split second, Gary's rapier is parried with so much force that Gary stumbles backwards, lands on his rump. His rapier has flown out of his hand, that clatters to the ground a little bit away from him. And what it was parried with was a black blade, a substance not all that different from onyx, with a golden swirl of a basket hilt and a red leather handle that ends in a red sash that hangs freely from the weapon. But Gary stands up. It's not over. There's some determination in his eyes to spite the quick loss. Yeah?
I don't know where the toy sword landed. But
It's
can I like...
somewhere in here. Like in between the two. To the side of them.
Okay. Guess I'll just move in a little closer then.
Gary stands
That's
up,
gonna-
tries to lounge for the weapon, but Valentin steps in the way and then just backhands him over his cheek with his other hand. His momentum changes direction and he stumbles into the wall in this direction. His head ringing a little bit from the impact, and he slumps down on the ground, his cheek incredibly red, and there's a whimper in his throat as he holds his burning cheek tenderly. Get up and try again. You're way too telegraphed. I could predict your movements even if I was blindfolded. He speaks again to Gary, but his eyes are continued to be locked with Leo.
Ooh.
I'll go over and help him up.
Aww. The two puppies help each other. Is that how you want to be treated, Gary? You want other people to come and help you when you hurt a little bit? No, I don't. It's okay. I can stand up. This is nothing. And Leo.
Yeah, I'll just like
Gary stands up
lean
again.
down. I'll try to, I was like trying to help up, but I lean down anyway, and I'll just say, have to make them wait a bit, and make them impatient, just enough that you can hit. All right, you got this.
Just wait. Okay, I will try. Valentin saunters backwards. Gary goes up to pick his rapier, which Gary kind of arrogantly allows. Then Gary goes back to his position, back to the on-guard. His form actually pretty good. He did remember the adjustments that Valentin told him to do. And then they stare. Well, Gary stares intently at Valentin. There's tears in his eyes, a quiver in his lip, but his eyes are still determined to try and do his best. Valentin stands there, twirls the sword in his hand, and continues just to look above Gary into Leo's eyes, just waiting waiting, baiting. But then nothing happens. Valentine looks down at Gary with a bit of a correct eyebrow. Then smirks, takes up a position himself.
Say like try to, get him to intervene while he's like changing positions.
Yeah, he was completely relaxed and just running the sword, but at that point he goes into himself into like a battle ready position. What do you want to do as he switches?
I was thinking while he was switching. Oh god. Okay. While he was switching, I think I'll just nudge Gary a bit to try to stop, like intercept while he's like switching stances.
Intercept with what goal?
Let me think about this a bit. God, I think.
Yeah.
I will just let's just say, I'll see Gary being like a little bit scared and everything. I'll just stand nearby and try to see the power. I mean, I've seen a bunch of sword fighting before, and I know this is a bit different, but.
Roll me your academics.
Right, I will.
Teach him great, Leo.
Great.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I will use my inspiration on this one.
Oh, okay.
Hey! Then, if possible, can I use Bardic inspiration by saying like, "You got it, Leo," and "Go, Gary," something like that.
But who do you give it to? Do you give it to...
But to Leo, but I said that.
Okay. Sure.
What is
believe
that, a
that's-
d6?
Yes.
I believe it's a D6, yep.
I think I'll just keep the 14. Should be good enough to get an idea.
Okay.
With my understanding.
With a 14, as you watch Valentin, you're quite sure that he is experienced. To what degree, I'm not sure. But he doesn't seem scared at all about violence, combat. He seems at home in it.
Okay.
And
His
he's
stance right now seems like play-ish, or just a little bit, trying to.
It's not the most serious, but he's taken
Yeah.
more of a serious stance since Gary hasn't charged yet. Gary has been standing there and waiting, so he's basically readying himself to approach himself instead of having Gary to approach.
Yeah, I'll just stand by, and if I see any actual attack, dangerous attack, I'll try to parry that. Alright?
Okay.
So I'll just hang about and just be ready to parry if there's gonna be the actual sword attack or anything that could severely harm him, and not just slap or something.
Okay. All right. The moment is over. And in a flash and a blur of motion, Valentin is suddenly before Gary. Gary tries to counterattack, like waiting for the moment, but he's way too late. And it is laughably easy for Valentin to just take a hold of his sword arm. And Valentin then puts him out of balance, moves him forward, and tries to connect Gary's shin with his knee.
Oh god.
Like pushing him forward and moving his knee up at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't move that quick.
There's a split second here to react.
Yeah, I'll just... fuck it. You know what? Leo has it. I think he's just going to intercept that happening. I think he's just going to just like not even like I just like put his hand on the knee of the kid. Like not necessarily like immediately pushing against, but like showing that like he's intercepting, basically.
Okay. Once again, what Valentin has Gary's sword arm grappled. He has pushed him out of balance, so he's stumbling forward with his head first, and at the same time, with still a blur of motion, Valentin's knee comes up at the same time, ready to meet Gary's shin as he stumbles forward.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just like push Gary out of the way, basically. Try to like give him the balance back, push him back, like
Maybe,
my hand and on this torso and
like grab
push him
him
away.
and push him backwards so the knee misses, perhaps. Yeah. And Gary stumbles backwards and
I'll catch. I'll catch.
You catch over here. And Valentin's head swirls over to Leo, still with that shit-eating grin. Why are you putting a stop to this moment of education for our
I get what you're
newest
doing
member?
here,
Do
Valentin.
you now?
Yes, you're not very good at hiding anything.
I'm
So-
not hiding anything. I think my intentions are quite clear, aren't they?
Yeah, I get
Do you
it.
think I need a sparring partner that is has some skill? I'm not sure. Do you even have anything to
Well-
show?
I certainly do. Yeah, why not? Just some friendly sparring, right?
Indeed. Take positions up again and then on guard and all of that honorable bullshit.
Yes. Let's go ahead.
I would
Does Leo
love
have his
to.
weapons? Wait.
Nobody's taken your weapons away, so.
Yeah.
Oh, no one? Oh, I
No.
should have. Shit. Okay. I was under the impression.
And
I'll just look. So we'll go to Gary and say, "Are you okay? Is everything fine?"
Gary looks a little bit tousled, but he looks a little bit irritated that the whole thing goes. Wait, what is happening? It was my sparring. Why is I could do this?
Gary, it is an unfair fight. You know, you should, as a knight, you should know when to not fight. If the knight dies, who will protect their princess?
That's true, but how will I otherwise learn?
You
Look,
will learn, but
Gary.
not like this, Gary.
Look. And I'm gonna prepare myself.
Just watch. Bardic Inspiration is still on you, Leo.
Mhm.
Reminder.
Let's roll initiative.
Yo, you have my support. Even
You
though
have
I'm
my
up
moral
here.
support. You have my moral support. Oh my God, Daphne coming in here, be like a nightmare, bro. For
Oh
this
yeah,
guy.
that's a question. Do we hear that being in this in the lounge?
Yeah, I mean this is open.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Daphne the door was closed, but Daphne can
closed, okay.
hear the sounds of Valentin and Leo talking with each other in the hallway. Starks, you're a little bit in a haze right now.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out a bit. Just kind of peek
Peek out. Alright,
Yeah.
peek out. Okay. Okay.
Question.
Well, yes.
Like inspiration, what can you use inspiration on?
Mark?
On
You mean
attack
Bardic?
roll? Yeah, Bardic, sorry, yeah.
abilities,
Attack abilities.
and the damages of spells or healing of spells.
Okay. And
Yeah.
initiative is like
Really?
an ability check or
Also
didn't know
saving
that.
throw. Also
I
saving
thought,
throw.
yeah. Oh, I didn't know it does for healing and spell damage.
Yeah, it's
Yep, read it.
magical inspirational.
Okay.
Read it.
Sorry. That was okay.
But if it also helped you with ability score checks, it would help you with initiative checks. But it specifically states skill checks, so sadly not.
Okay.
initiative.
Okay. Then let's commit.
Yes.
Let's go, Leo. Let's go.
He twirls the sword a bit, and he feigns as he is about to move forward, but then stops himself and smiles. And so you notice that he was indeed a little split second faster than you, and he just stands there with this black onyx blade in front of him, waiting for you.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes. And I'm just gonna gently
on.
walk over.
Okay.
Alright. If you don't want to move, that's fine with me. And then at first it seems like he's just gonna stand there and not do anything. But the moment he gets like a little bit impatient, he's gonna do a strike, and it's gonna be a roost strike, so he has advantage on trying to hit.
So you move forward and basically hold your action. You don't attack.
No, it's the flavor on the roost strike where I trick him.
yeah,
So he thinks like, oh shit, he's not going for an attack, he's just moving up, and then suddenly the attack comes.
Because he was dodging and waiting for you.
He's just he was sure though, but still a straight roll though, because
Yeah. For sure. He as he switches stance and is like about to try your defenses, still very much defensive himself. Your roost strike activates, I presume.
yes, 21 to hit. 21 damage.
21 damage. Holy shit.
If it doesn't hit, I'll use
Use body.
inspiration. Yeah,
Yeah, I think just Bardic to be safe.
sure. 24.
24. Yeah, that's definitely hit. Come on.
Yes, that does hit. Despite the
So he was dodging, right? So I had disadvantage.
You had disadvantage. You need to roll again.
But I had
yes.
advantage because of
So it's a straight roll. Right,
Yeah.
because it's a reverse strike. Okay, so this is what happens. Okay, so you.
That's why I also get sneak attack, because it is not at disadvantage, and he's the only enemy in around 1 meter of me. So
Oh God. So many things at the same time. Yeah. But sure. You move forward. You feint a little bit. He tries to find some weakness in your defense as he keeps on being defensive, but you lure him a little bit forward where he oversteps his boundaries, and then you find your opening. The blade moves close towards it's just a piercing to the side of the stomach, but just before it's about to hit, you feel this strange kind of pressure. At the same time, there is a necklace underneath his clothes that starts to shine brightly a red, and you can feel that you're moving through some kind of weird armor or some kind of force that keeps your blade from hitting. and it stops the momentum to such a degree that you only deal a fraction of the damage that you would have dealt if this wasn't in the way. But as soon as you break through the armor, there's a bit of a crack sound that is heard by this necklace, and it immediately flickers and stops shining. This whole red kind of strange mirage armor that was stopping your blow fizzles out. All this time he was angry for sure, but he had this kind of cocky attitude. Now all of that is gone. His smile is gone, and there's only pure fury on his face. How the fuck dare you! And he is going
Magic
to...
protection we're using. I thought we were doing a fair fight here.
It's gonna be a 20 to hit against you.
20 to hit. That just hits us.
Just hits. Yep, just hits.
Sets a bit.
Alright.
Wait, but I have a second attack.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
do
yeah,
that.
you
Do
do.
You
that.
know.
Do that. I'm sorry.
I do have a second attack.
Still disadvantage because it's still technically dodging.
True. So, I will attack with
Oh, wait.
disadvantage.
Multi-attack? Or just...
Yes, I have multi-attack.
Okay.
15 to hit.
15? Nice.
That just hits.
Okay, then I'll
Just get underneath his guard for this one. And I'm imagining that there are several blows, like, of the swords that are being traded here, and that eventually one of you get, like, a way to connect with flesh. And this time, there is no strange red glow that catches and slows you down. This time, there's nothing there to protect him, and you just bite into flesh. So again, with a bit of pain, pure hatred on his face, he retaliates with a lot of force with the 20.
Yeah.
Oh god. Laptop, stop.
Which hits, and you see this black blade coming closer and closer towards you. In this kind of slow motion kind of deal. It looks deadly. It got this gleam that moves up the side, and there's a bit of as soon as it's inching closer to your flesh, there's this necrotic energy that travels up across the blade, and you flinch. This is going to hurt. You instinctively know it from all the battles that you've been in. But Daphne, as you're there and watching from the side, as soon as Valentine's anger became apparent, what hasn't been noticed by Valentine or Leo yet is that behind Valentine there is a swirl of black and red energy, and appearing from the floor and up is Stradonia.
Yo.
Bro!
Who immediately grabs the throat of Valentine with only one hand, lifts him up off the ground and pushes him into the stone wall. The other hand grabbed his sword arm just before it was about to hit Leo, and she holds onto it so hard that Valentine has nothing to do than just to release the sword. Before the sword falls from his hand and impacts with the ground, however, it disappears in another swirl of energy. This weapon is not yours to use whenever you fucking please. How dare you swing it so carelessly?
Oh shit, that's... Okay, that time with the music really well. I was surprised. Okay.
Valentine can only grasp for air and just squirm underneath the just demanding encompassing strength of Stradania that is just pushing against his throat to the point where it almost looks like his throat is gonna collapse. And there's this fury on her face, but after a second, there's this big sigh that moves through her body, and she lets Valentin go with another, like one last squeeze. She simply just turns her back to Valentin, doesn't look at Leo yet. She just marches over to Gary and leans down a bit, goes down on one knee to be at the same head height. You stood up again, and despite the pain, you wanted to continue. Bravo. Master Valentin is right, however. You do require a bit more training, but all in due time. Now, I think that you need to replenish your strength by eating something, no? Gary is all but mesmerized by the Countess' countenance. He sniffles once, toughens it up, then nods bravely, and basically tugs a little bit on Soul to get permission to move into the ballroom again. Because Soul kind of holds up to you.
Yeah. I'll just look at it and says, Countess, I'll help Gary get satisfying with food, and I'll just let lead Gary to get some food and stuff like that.
Thank you. Then she turns, she stands up and turns around and looks at Leo for the first time. The same goes for you, all in due time. But tonight, Lord Caven, you were invited to dance, to converse, and to eat, not martial practice. And at the last point she makes, her eyes flickers to Valentin instead, who just stands there with a hand on his throat and like breathing heavily.
I just thought it couldn't hurt a bit. Doing a bit of training. But it seems like Valentin, wasn't really playing fair by any means. Very disappointing, I must say.
Yes, that sword, as you know, is only allowed to be used in emergencies, Valentin. Do you hear me? There's
for a normal duel, you don't use any magic weapons and any other magic equipment, because that's really not showing any martial prowess by that sense, Just showing off shiny things.
He tisks and looks like over his shoulder, doesn't want to look at Stradania or you. There's clear anger, but there's also a little bit of embarrassment here. Let's continue with doing all the aforementioned things. But I think, however, that is clear that Master Valentin has tired himself out for the evening, and that he would very much want to return to his chambers. Is it not so? The vampire looks back, whips his head back, kind of to look at all of you. Fury on his face again, but after being met with a steady, cold gaze of authority in Stradania, he sends one last infected glance to Leo, and then silently just leaves the hallway.
I think I'll just, as he gives me the look, I'll be like, it was fun sparring with you.
I hope to do it again.
Yeah, but maybe next time not with any shiny things, alright?
And maybe next time one of us doesn't stand again.
Doesn't sound like sparring to me. Sure, that's what you want.
As he walks away, can I just say, I hope you recover well, Master Valentine.
He just gives you this look, as you're looking down on somebody, and then just saunters out.
Now Daphne has the shit-eating grin.
All right.
Just give Leo a thumbs up and go back into the lounge.
Like a loud sigh.
Now, when that is sorted, I need to return to my extinguished guests, unless you want another twirl around the dance floor.
I would love to.
Excellent.
And I'll give out the hand
She takes it.
and lead her back into the ballroom.
Very nice. And you return to the dance floor. In the meantime, as Leo is dancing with Stradania in a blur of motions just minutes thereafter, Tista returns to the room. She has with her like a stand, a paper, a bunch of paints and different brushes. There we go. All the things that she might need for a quick painting of Styrex. But she kind of tosses them to the side and immediately heads over to the center of the room where Styrex is, sits down on the sofa in between you two. Okay, Daphne stands up and leaves.
Yeah,
Styrex actually doesn't move.
She sits down pretty close to you and like has turned her whole frame to you, ignoring Daphne's existence. There, all done. I'm sorry about the wait.
It's all right. So I've never been painted. What should I do? Anything to make it easier for you?
Well, we will come to all of that, but first and all, my process is a little bit different than normal painters. It's elevated, you see.
How so?
I have more than one talent, and the talent that I speak of specifically right now is that I'm an excellent soul taster. Together with the ability that I have to create art, to know my subject in and out on a truly intimate level allows me to capture them in ways that are beyond reproach.
Mind explaining how it works?
Well, it's very simple. I partake in a little bit of your blood. I focus on it. And then I will know you inside and out. And I can capture you on the canvas as you deserve to be captured.
Does that mean you know what I am if that happens?
I do. Even without tasting it, just smelling you. There is something wrong. No, not wrong. That's not the right term. There's something conflicting within your core. Something that fights constantly. I can just tell by smelling you that you would be delicious to paint.
Or I guess it It has many talents, people say. But how do you suppose to... I know you are a vampire, but I trust you, but I don't feel kind to get beaten by.
She takes your hand in hers, in both of hers, and kind of cups it. And she says, silly, silly Styrax. I don't mean to hurt you. That way I won't get my painting.
Well, Starbucks nods and smiles.
I just
Even
need
with-
a tiny, tiny taste. Mm-hmm.
I
Daphne?
mean, even with Styrax like friendly with this person, she still know what a vampire is, right?
Yes. But she believes in all, like, that she has good intentions for Styrax right now, in the charm.
Oh god.
Getting a little bit
Sarah.
big can't hurt, you know.
I'm living the life here.
Welcome to the club.
I am surrounded by criminals.
You're the kid killer.
She, from the hand that she has cut in both of her hands, she changes position of it and like grabs the wrist of it and moves it up a bit and twists her head to be aligned with it, and she looks to you for the final consent.
Oh god. Oh no.
Styrax nods.
And with that, we're gonna go for a short break. Yay!
Oh god! Oh god, Styrax!
Nice. It's good. So now she can't be angry anymore at me.
Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Good
Great.
shit.
Very good.
There's one thing I would like to say with Bex, because
Uh-huh.
the way I roleplay mostly is Starbucks receives any damage, Hellish Rebuke will actually just proc instantly. So
Oh shit.
I in that case I would actually like to make a resolve
Yeah.
saving throw.
Oh, a resolve saving throw to keep it from hurting her?
Yes.
Oh god, that would be complicated because you will also be making composure saving throw to test
Yes.
against the charm as well. We will figure it out. I'm just gonna go and refill my glass and I'll be right back.
Sarah,
1 second, Shan.
you are,
Stay charmed. It's gonna be beautiful.
Leo, you have an advantage on that charm saving throw because I cast
I know.
resistance on you.
Well, I have advantage anyway because of my race.
No,
actually.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying Neo, not Leo.
Oh, Neo.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Very
Just
close.
confused.
Very close.
Okay, I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah, so
Drink some
yeah.
water.
advantage.
I'll be right back as well.
Oh boy.
Hello, chat.
Indeed. Especially hello to Adrian. How you do? How you be? How was work? Still a lot. Gary is not a vampire. There are no fangs in his mouth.
Not yet.
Yet. That's the key word. Yet.
I can't help but imagine the snail in SpongeBob, who is also called Gary. Oh my god. Well, I couldn't find a good Slavic name on G that I haven't like already used, because the female version of Gary in Curse of Money Mystery is Gertruda, which is wow, what a name. But I thought it was
for a poor boy. Yeah, that's the name. Damn name. Indeed.
I had trouble finding something that I liked, so I just went with something that felt a little bit country bumpkin, if this is, you know,
Gary.
very, very normal.
Oh boy.
I just like to think that Stradania got Gary purely because of wanting to have a child. That's it.
Knowing Stradania, that might be true, but that might be not just the only reason.
What? They're like the long lost son of Emmerich and Stradania or something like that?
They are vampires. They cannot have kids.
I mean,
They reproduce via turning other kids into vampires.
probably like before Stradania turns into vampire. I don't know.
Emmerich joined the court as a vampire.
There's still so much we don't know about the origin story of Stradania. Or we did, but I don't remember because I'm dumb brain.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back too.
Hello.
The cat.
We're all
Wow.
back.
Oh boy.
Alright,
Oh,
what's
boy,
gonna
here
happen
we
this
go.
time, right?
Ay.
Hellish rebuke. Just automatically.
I'm just gonna burn everything.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, we're gonna do the composure saving throw, because the
You have
composure
advantage?
saving throw will let me double check. Will decide. We'll decide how you feel about her, right? If you want to resist or not, like giving you the option to do one of the two. But it seems like you don't want to.
Yeah,
You see her as a really, really good friend that you have a hard time disagreeing with, and you want to protect them.
Styrax have advantage. Sorry. I thought I was being clear with Neo about it.
Oh, yeah, they...
From what?
Is it resistant? Because I make sure to cast resistant, yeah.
But resistance is
that's
very
fine.
quick. Like, do you move over there and like touch her?
think it's
Because
a
I think
minute.
resistance is.
Yeah,
But-
I think it's
5
only a
minutes
minute.
or 1
You have to
minute,
wait
but since it's a cantrip, so while we are in the room, I'll just touch like Styrax and cast it before.
Yeah,
the
but then you
danger
need
lady
to. But then you. Oh, yeah. But how long does
Like-
it last?
No,
Minute,
what Suku's saying that
Before.
Daphne would recast it, while Tista
1
wouldn't be
minute.
there.
Yeah.
It's 1 minute.
And then once she came in, I don't know how long it was, but obviously Daphne wouldn't be able to recast it then.
Yeah. Question is, how long was that? Was that a minute or longer? I felt that was longer than a minute. I would have given it to you. It was a shorter conversation, but that conversation
Yeah.
was longer than a minute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. No, don't worry. I'll try.
Okay. So let's make that a
Try to save
resolve
your
saving throw of not activating.
Everything in the ballroom turns red. Emergency.
Yep.
This is amazing. This is so good.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
This
Oh,
will
boy.
be fun!
This is gonna be so much fun, bro.
Okay. So I will roll damage.
Yeah, that's 3d10, I think, because
Hellish Rebuke, I think, is 2d10.
Oh my god.
And then you
The
will
ratio
also
is
roll
gonna turn red, bro.
damage.
Yeah.
the racial ability is casted at second level for Tiefling, right? The hellish view for from your racial trait.
Do we have it? No, from my wait.
I mean,
Probably.
give it real-
Wait, hold on.
Okay. So first of
It
all,
depends.
you take 6 piercing damage, and then 8 necrotic damage, which lowers your HP maximum until a long rest.
Yes.
How much
Okay.
necrotic?
8. 6 plus 8.
Okay.
Okay, hellish resistance. You can cast poison spray as soul mastery.
And this will prompt a dexterity saving throw from her, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yes. I should probably
It's
Oh, wait,
4 damage,
what?
and then 3 more damage from the... Oh yeah, I am burning furniture here, boys!
yeah. So I got a 17
Not surprised.
on the dex save.
Yeah, that passes.
So that's half damage, right?
So
Sure.
5 damage. 5
Oh
fire
my-
damage.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh fuck, I
But
forgot.
it would have
Oh.
that's different sources, right? So it would
Yeah.
have only,
Only the
the
first one.
Yeah, it's 4 damage.
half to 2 and
Half
then
to
plus
2
oh
and
yeah.
then plus 35.
All right.
What kind of tiefling are you, Sarah? You might cast it at second
The
level
Josket.
instead of
The
first.
Josket.
Oh,
Jusket.
Oh.
Is it?
God, I
Well,
forgot
okay.
racial abilities exist.
Anyway,
Fuck.
this is what happens.
Hold up,
Holding
hold
up her wrist to her face, and baring her fangs, she grabs a hold, as gentle as she can. But I mean, these are teeth we're talking about. They're still gonna deal some damage. She pierces through the blue flesh of Styrax to bite into that sweet red essence below. But as she's just able to take one mouthful, there is a buildup of involuntary fire and heat, and with another blur of emotions, Tista is taking a step back, and where she sat, there is this little fiery, like ball that just dissipates where she used to be. At the same time, there is some exposed parts of the furniture around that starts catching fire.
They
At-
start like
At the
putting out the
Pretty-
fire.
At the
I'm
same
pretty-
time, there are strange red Coptic runes that starts shining from all walls. From the bottom up, they're like suddenly turn to light. These hidden magical runes that you haven't noticed before suddenly appear, and the fire is out in a second, and the furniture returns to a state where they weren't burned at all.
Also, in this whole process, Starbucks is just screaming.
Loud.
Oh god.
Night Father, your blood is, excuse the pun, but fiery.
Spicy, you would say.
I hear that one already. I'm sorry.
It's like cinnamon and chili,
Oh.
but it has this cold base. Makes it feel like something fresh, something biting. Lemon. And she almost does this small, like, sensual dance with herself. Her hands, like, moving a little bit like snakes. She doesn't move from her space, but she kind of, her whole body goes through these motions to like an unknown wind. Her eyes are closed and her forehead furrowed as she is focusing intently on this blood that she has just tasted. And then there's a laughter that erupts in her throat. Marvelous! Absolutely marvelous! A dragon!
No. Oh,
And
God.
not an itty bitty one either! How can such a gigantic soul fit in such a small lady? Ah! You are just beautiful.
Pretty much, Starbucks just pretty much just like, dragon. It is now. Now everything makes sense.
Oh.
half was cinnamon and fire. The other half, that fresh lemon, that tiefling taint, the demon heartiness. But it's growing. It's growing.
Oh god. Oh no.
The
What
lemon
do you mean
will
by
fade.
growing?
It was never meant to be. I am surprised that you're able to keep yourself intact for all this time. Your willpower. The struggle. Amazing.
Oh my god.
But
Dude, this is shivering.
the tragic end. It just gives me shivers.
Oh my god, Lee.
Now, I'm ready. Come. And she takes your hands, pulls you up, and like twirls you in the room and puts you down in the divan over here. And she puts up her painting tools, pushes his chair a little bit out of the way, and she looks at you with this more intense stare, but still her eyes are like wide with ecstasy, like her pupils dilated. Now I want you to feel absolutely comfortable as you sit down here, but I want you to... There's a conflict inside of you, Styrax. Don't you feel it? A struggle?
I've been fighting it all this time.
Yes. That struggle. The delectable struggle that will end in tragedy. I need you to show me how it makes you feel physically. Take up whatever position that you want, but your eyes is the most important. Show me the pain and the fighting spirit in your eyes.
Starbucks will actually cross her legs and aim the thigh split inwards, and just pretty much give. It's kind of a mix of sadness and also a death stare. It's kind of a really weird mix on her looks.
Tista shudders again in some strange... It's not like purely sexual, but it's close. And enraptured, she takes up several pens of like just these carbons, like coal pens of different strength and points, and her hands move in a flurry across the canvas on the other side.
Mind I ask you about the tragic end?
There's a momentary pause, a second, and then the painting she resumes, and she just keeps on staring at you, but not even looking at her hands. Her eyes just darts all over you, takes in every detail, and then her hands just creates what she sees, basically, without her needing of like watching her hands. And she says, "It was never meant to be, don't you understand? Even if it's a part, how can a soul who has only known the scales of a lizard the gigantic form, the long life, the flying and soaring through the air, the needs to gather a fortune of their own liking. How could all of that magnificence, all those years, be fit into something as tawdry as a mortal tiefling body? No lingering demon seeds in your own Josket heritage is strong enough to fight back against that, and you know it. And the more you use this power that you have leaned upon to protect yourself, the faster it will be. I wonder how it will end. In you splitting in half? Or just a fiery explosion?
After hearing that, Starbucks will actually start looking at the floor with her eyes changing from sadness to pretty much worrying.
Oh, but come now, up with your eyes. It's not yet. Life as a mortal is always fleeting, and I guess it's just a little bit more fleeting for you, but they don't seem to care, so why should you?
Because I don't want anyone to feel like I feel. I don't want anyone to go through what I went through.
Yes, that noble streak in your soul, the thing that keeps your head high. Well, then fight a little bit longer, a little tiefling half-dragon friend. Go out in a blaze of glory. But no, this is not enough. There's something missing. Yes. I'll be right back. And once again, a blur. She's gone.
Oh god, fuck. Piece of shit.
Starbucks just says nothing and keeps looking at the floor.
Happy. Oh god.
Fucking hell. Okay.
I'm gonna try to cast resistance on Starox again.
Just walks up there and like pat her on the back or like the shoulder.
You got this. Bye.
You got this.
Hide her.
Fight!
A mere like 5 minutes later, like not late, it doesn't take long considering what she comes with, which will be a bit confusing, but strangely quickly, she returns in the room, and in her hands is this bowl of cloth, but it has this strange like bluffs of some kind of liquid that have seeped through. And she moves past her canvas and goes over to Starex, and then gently she actually unravels this little like bowl of cloth, and you realize it was actually some cloth protecting something. And what is revealed as she moves down this crimson cloth is a freshly flambéed humanoid skull.
Okay, whose skull is it? Who the fuck died in this fucking ballroom?
It's a humanoid skull of somebody, you know, a humanoid person who has been burnt quite extensively to the point where there's no hair on the skull. Some parts have been burnt away so you can see the bone who has turned black, but there's also several parts of the flesh remaining. There's no nose, there's no lips, there's no eyeballs, and the flesh that remains are cracked and burned and singed, and there's this kind of black color to it, but there's also parts where that has fallen off, showing off this very tender like a pink red skin that is leaking fluids.
Oh my god.
And she holds it out to you with determination, and she says, this is what you are. This is what was missing.
Oh, Pascal.
Yeah, this will actually make Sarah very uncomfortable. Can I make a composure saving throw to see if it actually triggers?
Technically, she will have to deal damage to you to prompt another saving throw, and she's not dealing any damage. But you,
I mean,
you
it's
don't
quite
have to.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, you don't have to. Okay, you have to consider your bestest of friends that you admire and look up to and respect doing this.
Something really fucked up.
Yeah.
It's still fucked up.
Oh god, this is not it, bro.
I don't want to be mean or anything, but I'd rather not have that.
Oh, I know that you'd rather not, but this is your future. This is your fate. This is what you will cause. It's inevitable. And your aversion to it is just perfect for the painting. Now we just put it down here beside you, and you can just send all your uncomfortable aura towards it. But me and the viewer of this painting will know. It is fate. That no matter how much you struggle, this is your future.
What's the name of the painter again?
Tista.
Tista.
Tista. Daphne, honestly, at this point, she had enough, right? She stand up. She go over here.
Mm-hmm.
She will say, I don't mean to be rude, Miss Tista.
You are a bit rude right now,
But
though.
even if this is offending you, I'm afraid that painting time is over. This is clearly
No,
making my
when I have
friends uncomfortable.
started, please don't step in the way. Make a composure saving throw.
Oh, come on.
Let's go!
Can I say that I cast resistance before?
No, you did not say it to me. You didn't tell me.
You're not prepared.
But I would have, right? Because I know that this person have been doing all
Yeah,
this kind of
would
casting a spell in front of her. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see you doing it behind her back, but then you needed to tell me.
Okay. What is it again? Composure?
Composure.
Yeah, this
Oh my god, let's go. Our worst stat. Let's
needs resistance, let's
go.
be honest here.
Huh?
Just roll high.
One of us.
Join this side of the dark side. Join the dark side. Follow this stuff. David!
That's not high, just letting you know.
Push it up high. Are
Even
you sure
low
you got
for
it
my
right?
rolls,
You know,
Okay.
it makes
it needs a
Starex uncomfortable, but you know, she seems to want to go through all of this, and it would be such a shame for this whole art project to just be cut in, be stopped now. And
Okay,
she is, begging you as well. You don't like seeing her in pain in that way.
Also, you can
Okay.
see Starak just looking at you and just, it's fine. Don't need to worry.
Okay. I know that this might be asking for a lot, and I'm totally okay with you saying no, right? It's completely fine with that. But can the moment I feel this I'll just like I don't know, maybe use my radiant soul or something of my celestial energy that I have left in me to just do something. if it's if you say no, it's completely fine. Just letting you know that.
Like there's nothing like dangerous going around. Nobody is getting hurt, right? So it doesn't make sense to me that your reaction to just seeing her as a great friend would prompt this reaction. So you just realize from one second to the other of like, oh, wait, I really like this person.
I hate vampires.
This is the most insidious and powerful thing that a vampire possesses. That is, it's true.
Fucking
Some counter measurement, guys. It cannot be like this.
Be anti-vampire. Get some garlic and salt.
Yeah, I'll always keep garlics on myself.
I have advantage all the time.
Yeah.
Does that apply here?
Don't need resistance.
All right.
Garlic.
And, Daphne
Does
sits
garlic
down
apply here?
again. Starks feels uncomfortable with the skull and learning all of these new things. It's still a little bit fascinating though to Starks. She just like, I'm uncomfortable, but damn, I want to know.
I mean, Staros right now is uncomfortable, but is. I mean, it's still a sign to understand what she is. So it's like it's uncomfortable, but she wants to keep going.
All right, yeah. And keep going. It happens. She sits down again, stares at you up and down in every single crevice and fault and detail that you have in her hands dance across the canvas. Speaking of dancing.
All right,
God.
Gary.
Well,
Stradania doesn't seem that keen on talking. She seems more keen on like dancing a bit more frenetically with you, like faster.
I think just as we like went into the ballroom, I think he just like put like a side note and be like, I'm sorry that I kind of stretched the things there, but it seemed like that's the only thing that would quiet down some things, and I wasn't aware that he would try something that's crazy.
I would have never let him hurt you. I had an eye. But I understand your need to stand up to the challenge. If you did not, I would be concerned. So, don't worry. You have nothing to apologize for. He was clearly challenging you.
Nod and then just dance with her, as she seems to be more interested in that right now.
All right.
Try to show up.
There's some other people that join in the dance as well. So you can see that the second part of the main course is out. Like the earlier course was taken away and now the new one is out. With a palate cleanser with a raspberry brandy punch.
Okay.
And the second entree is a roast pheasant lying on a bed of roasted potatoes with rosemary and thyme and butter.
Okay.
And you help little Gary take some food, and you go off and sit down probably in a sofa and have a bit of a conversation with each other.
Yep.
The dancing finishes eventually between, it's kind of like 10 minutes, 15 minutes that Stradania wants to dance with Leo, and It's clear that there is a bit of electricity in the air, if that makes sense. But she catches her breath and thanks Leia for the dance, and she seems to compose herself with a clear aura that the night is not over, but she will be back.
More stuff to do, huh?
A little bit longer. Hold out.
Just nod. And, leave her,
Mhm.
yeah, let her leave.
At the same time, 50 minutes after, Tista sighs and leans back, and she says, I have taken in your form completely. Now it requires a few hours of painting, of getting it exactly right and done. But don't worry, my new great friends. I remember the scene with crystal clarity, and your blood still burns within my veins. Next time you come visit the castle, Starexter, I will show you. I will show you this masterpiece. And she moves over, kisses you on the forehead. Thank you so much. And takes all of her painting supplies, and in a jiffy, she's gone.
I am in pain.
I mean, the way the Angie gets, well, no.
RNG.
You,
No, it gets-
you can see Styrax just still sit down quietly, just staring at the floor.
She took the skull with her, by the way. But there's a little blotch of still juices still there beside you.
Styrax is looking the opposite way.
Yeah.
You good?
At this point, I don't know.
That is to be expected. Gonna head back.
Go on without me. I'll join later.
If that's the case, then I'll wait here.
I'd rather you go in there to avoid. You are actually the only one who can stop Leo in case he does something dumb.
I believe in Leo. He's actually more. He's better at this kind of social, political stuff. So honestly, give him a chance. He might be impulsive at times, but I think he's getting better.
But still can escape fate.
What fate? The fate of you? The fate of him? The fate of us?
Just look at pretty much all of us.
Sarah, you being here alive is one of the most concrete proof of your own strength. Why the universe might work in miraculous way that we cannot comprehend. But it is us.
But it is actually not my strength that helps me keep living.
Then what it is?
Styrax will turn her back to you. Do you see the lock in the middle of the flame. Like,
What's about it?
that's pretty much to avoid any more issues.
Look, your mentor might help you to control your power, but
He sealed them just because of that. What happens if it breaks?
hey, faith is intersection. It might lead us to a road, but it is our choice whether we take that road or not. What if it's break? What if we failed? What if we cannot resist whatever is tempting us? We can say a lot of what if. The fact is, at this point right now, you're still here, you're still holding on. You're still struggling, but you're still holding on. If there are any ways that we can find to help, then we shall do it. Find your mentor, or whatever is that's the source of your power, of your soul. It's like how Leo is Leo. Leo might have Emric's soul, but Leo is Leo. And you are you.
You can see like Starbucks starts gripping very tightly her dress. It, and then you can also see a tear. It is. I just wish I was stronger for this.
Hey. It is your own strength that you make it this far, but it also the helps you receive from others as well. I know for the fact that I alone cannot do this. You cannot be well-rounded. You also need companions, friends that cover for you. And that's exactly why we are here. Isn't it not?
I only accepted this, yes, to get the chance to see him again.
Exactly. And we will. Right? We will.
My heart keeps telling me that I want to, but the chances of him being alive in this horrible end, it's slim by every time, every step we do.
Now, this might sound racist,
Okay.
but dwarves are a bunch of hard-ass and stubborn as hell. They are as tough as mountain, and if your mentor is anything you set him to be, he's going to be alive. Those mentors, the old man, the grumpy, hard-ass old man that cannot learn to accept the new generation, they tend to live a long time. But do prepare that he might change from who you know him used to be.
The Starbucks says nothing. pretty much she just keeps just looking at the floor, not even looking at Daphne.
Daphne stay there until Styrax is able to go back.
Okay. In the meantime, on the grand floor, Brahadis steps into the front as the door behind her, actually to the hallway, is closed by one of the servants beside her. And you feel like this is pretty official, Leo, so you probably take a step back.
Right. You just nod to her and take a step back.
And she, as soon as she starts speaking, the string quartet pays attention, and everybody kind of gets up to see what is about to happen. As I move everybody quickly into center. Oh god, so many people. There we go. And Rahadis says, "Ladies, gentlemen, lords, dames, as the steward of Castle Ravenloft and Lady Stradania, it's my honor to introduce some light entertainment before the dessert is served. A marvel of mechanical and technical skill of the late and missed Van Werk. Please focus your mirth and laughter to Piddlewick the Second, the cogboy extraordinaire." Rahadin takes a step back, and the oaken doors are abruptly opened by a small but whirling mass of cloth and steel. Oh, oops. That is what we're gonna do. Whatever it is, it makes a somersault in the air, lands on its knees, then skids to a stop a few meters away from the entrance. Dressed in a fool's attire, there's a small boy on the center stage of this ballroom. Only his skin is made out of wood, metal, and cogs, and his face is covered by a steel mask where two mechanical orange lights shine from. And his head is adorned with this ridiculous quarter-split hat where the tips end in small brass bells. As it proudly presents itself with his hands outstretched, but not saying a word. Most of the audience claps mildly. Their expressions are a spectrum of bored to mildly interested. Next, he jumps to his feet, bring out a flute that he plays a little ditty on as he walks in a circle in the center of the room. Swaying his head to the music. Then two more hands pop out from underneath his clothes that immediately start to expertly juggle 2 knives, 3 knives, 4 knives, faster, whilst only a soft mechanical sound can be heard from the creature of the effort of it all. More polite applause starts, more enthusiastic than before. Then commences a 30 minutes or so long performance of games of this Piddlewick II. He juggles, he swallows fires and swords, does acrobatic feats, does charades, sometimes evolve the crowd, which earns hearty laughter and sullen victims. Oh no, my throat.
Oh, no.
1 second. Ah.
It's okay.
He also sometimes gives small notes to people standing by with very lewd or silly jokes that they are instructed to say out loud. All the while the little mechanical boy is extremely expressive, not only in his exaggerated body language, used to its full with acting expertise, but also through the surprising range of emotions the mechanical face is able to transition between. At one point, Piddlewick rudely peeks underneath Rin's dress, which earns him a mighty kick from the lady. He goes flying and bounces off the stone wall. But Piddlewick lifts himself up and pretends to act bleary-eyed and dizzy, but ultimately victorious and satisfied, earning him some mild laughter all around. Then begins another game with Piddlewick, where throwing knives, are handed out to whoever who would want them. And the idea is to aim them at Piddlewick and try to hit him. When the vampires do it, you have no idea how Piddlewick managed to evade, but he does. And all of the knives bounce off the stone walls and floors, and Piddlewick remains unhurt. Then it's all over. The mechanical fool does several bows and some praise him. Before he leaves, he approaches Rin again, pretending to look all bashful and sorry. It indicates that he wants to whisper something in her ear, probably an apology, and Rin reluctantly agrees. But it was all a ruse, and Piddlewick kisses her cheek instead, and then all but runs out of the room to the sound of applause, as the air around Rin drops several degrees in temperature, and there's clearly disapproval on her face. As soon as Piddlewick leaves the room, dessert is served. And the music resumes. The crowd disperses, and some of them heads over to the desserts. Who happens to be cheese and fruit, camembert, roquefort, cantal cheeses, served with apples, grapes, and plums. There's a blackberry trifle, and a drink, a mulled red dragon crush with berries and nuts in it.
Interesting. I would say my performance, soul say to himself.
And Rin, what does Rin do? Is she just angry? Is she, or
Yeah, she's angry, and then she goes off to have a conversation with Rahadis, and Rahadis trying to like placate her. That was, all part of the show.
Was the countess like have a conversation with these people?
Yes.
During the performance, and if possible, like could like hear something during the performance, or like in between. Is that possible? I didn't say anything because you were doing the thing, so.
Mm-hmm. The flute playing was pretty loud, and it went on through the whole thing. Make me a perception intelligence.
Okay. Perception intelligente. If I can find. There you go. I don't know. Yay, 16.
Yeah, that's enough. You can see that there are fairly cordial conversations all around in this corner. Baba's saga, you don't hear everything that's going on, but you get the gist of it, that she is discussing the suitability of what she has noticed to be so far at least, Leonard's qualities.
Okay.
There's a certain amount of respect and reverence from the blue-haired one towards Stradania.
Okay.
And they seem to have idle chit-chat. But when Stradania turns to Kirill, there seems to be a conversation more about plans of the future of expanding her pack, is the words that she uses. And that they shall discuss it further of how to do just that.
Is it towards this one?
Mm-hmm. The
This
redheaded
one?
one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Expanding the pack, you say. Okay. Are we thinking pack? Oh, pack. Not pack.
Yeah,
Pack.
the pack.
Okay, wolf pack, not okay. Not pack pack. Deed pack. Yep. Yep. Okay. And then
Alright.
I'll look at Gary and say, Gary, is the food good so far?
He ran and got dessert as well and ate himself full. And he seemed to have come back to his senses. But after the dessert, he seems to tire.
Oh, he's getting tired? Yeah?
Mhm. And
Okay.
a kind of, like, perceptive as always, Helga moves over and gently takes Gary by the hand. Gary seems to be a little bit resistant at first, not wanting to go, finding, the company to be cool and all. But through, like, a stern persuasion from Helga, he leaves. But he quite is very adorable of how he says goodnight to both of you and how he wishes to see you more often, as he kind of like rubs one of his eyes.
Hi,
Hi,
Gary.
Gary.
Bye, good night.
Aww.
And he leaves with Helga.
He
just
kind of
sit-
like throws himself into the couch. Been standing for a while now, dancing.
You've been dancing a lot. At least you learned a lot of things, yeah?
Yeah, I did. A lot more stressful than I thought.
This is gonna take a while.
Well, we'll talk about it later. I think it's
Yeah.
a lot.
Well-
It's a lot. I'm not sure if time is the right thing to say. So, you okay again?
A little bit. I mean, I want to drink more, but I think wine is gonna be out of the equation now. I think I'm just gonna get either malt or beer.
I mean, you just need to be smart about how you do it, you know? Daphne and Styrex aren't here right now, so, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything stupid. Don't worry. I mean, the window is still tempting though, but
Yeah, that's a good window.
it is a good window. Well, the night's certainly coming to an end, or still going on. I can't. It's been so
Yes, I
long.
mean, it's the third, so I'm probably going to the end. I wanted to talk to Ismark, but I'm weirdly afraid. Which is
Yeah,
strange.
I keep getting weird feeling about Ismark. I think Ismark has a vendetta against you right now.
Well, he's not the only one, I can tell you that.
Nah. Yeah. Oh yeah, great fight earlier. I saw what you did. That was great.
Yeah, I kinda got him a bit there, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking that he was probably just normally strong, but it turns out he just used a bunch of magic shenanigans.
Oh, so basically he's just he's just a mutt who wants to talk loud.
It's just weird, you know, to
Uh
get me to a duel and just have all this fancy stuff with him.
uh-huh.
You know, egos sometimes.
I mean, if you have that much magic, it will certainly come to your head a little bit. But well, at least he gets to know your skills a little bit and be more cautious. But it would be bad for us next time, I believe.
Reluctantly moving towards you and then stopping like a few meters away. Is this it's it's a athletically able man with this perfectly pressed and decorated military kind of shirt with epaulets and dressed white dress pants. He has discarded his mask long ago and you have no idea what it was. His hair is silvery and spiky and his eyes is a light sky blue, but he looks to Leo with open contempt.
Oh.
It's like a silent sigh. I really notice, and he like gets himself back up and approaches the man.
Wow. Standing like across the table, looking at each other.
Hello there.
How can you live with yourself?
Well, that's a complicated question, I suppose. Usually,
What the fuck are you doing? What is this game that you're playing? You have no fucking clue, do you? How can you do this to her? You never deserved her to begin with.
Well,
And he
I
walks
do
away.
feel like, you know, a wedding
Well-
kind of thing.
Okay, then he left. Okay.
Can I-
Alright.
No, it's fine.
I think
want-
it's one of her things.
You see, Lee like almost wanted to grab a hold of him, but he knows better.
Can't believe it. So petty. Okay.
It's you know,
People
one thing I've learned is that these vampires say they live for 1,000 years, but they really have no idea.
They're so childish.
It
Seems
is
like
funny.
they don't know. Maybe it's because they live a long time. They just
Maybe they don't ever actually live.
yeah.
They
They
just
still think they're a child.
sit around here. Feel good about themselves.
Oh my god. So we'll look across and say, fuck, why is everyone so goddamn hot? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. By the Lord of the Sun, Jesus. Why are... Is it because of their vampiric thingies?
Probably. I don't
victims?
really know. Probably gotta ask Cyrix about that. It's kind of sad.
Now I'm...
All these beautiful people, but you know,
Wait, did we see
nothing
your
really to
picture?
be done.
Did we see Emmerich? I forgot.
Erasmus, you mean? Oh.
No, your past life.
Oh, you mean a picture of me in my past life? You mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there was
your
a picture
portrait.
hanging in his room that could have been him.
I mean, I didn't know, but if it was that guy, Jesus fucking Christ, Leo. Oh my god.
I don't think I'm
So-
looked that
so-
much worse. Not, you know.
So if you if you turn a vampire, I cannot wait to see your transformation.
I don't think there needs to be much done, you know.
Oh, actually, both of you, make me a perception composure in hindsight, actually.
Okay. Perception composure. My favorite skill of all
There we go.
time.
18.
18.
Goddamn.
Leo, as you look across the room to where the last man who came forward and was angry with you sat down, he's not looking at Stradania or looking to join in on the group. And you realize that in the open cleavage by his throat, there was a necklace with the Order of the Silver Dragon hanging on it.
Order of
Oh.
the Silver Dragon?
Interesting.
And
Oh.
Wait,
the
I'm
old
also
one,
out.
like the Argynvost one, rather than the Argent Purifiers.
I see.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
he's from Argynvost? What?
Well, you don't notice this all until Leo tells you.
I know, but out of character, he's from Argynvost?
Well, we don't know where he got it necessarily, but it's an assumption to be made, yes. I'll,
Anyway.
look over to Soul and be like,
Uh,
I did get a better look on this guy when I got
Uh-huh.
close to him. Seems like he has some sort of necklace of the, the silver dragon necklace.
oh,
The old one.
really?
Yep. Seems like it.
Well,
Well, it
seems
seems
that
like-
that's one more thing to add on to the list.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Oh, God. There's so much things to do. Ah, it's gonna
We-
take almost a lifetime at this point. Shall we what?
I was wondering if there's anyone interesting, anything you've overheard that I should look for? Or
I
should we
mean,
just...
I'm very interested about this person. I just look at this. I don't know who that is, but she got that weird thing. You know what I mean?
I guess. You're welcome to talk with her.
I mean, if that person said that she's the youngest, I'll be so perplexed.
Well,
Daphne Sarx, do you remain in the lounge?
Nah. No, I think with including the small ceremony, Staros will actually just get up and just like, okay, I'm better. Shall we go?
Alright.
Alright.
go.
You move through the crowd, down the hallway, and over to where you see Leo and Sol partaking some of the desserts and seem to sit and
And
take it easy.
took a
Hey.
while for them to get back. Can I make
We
like
faced-
a empathy check?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Super journal, because it's a while. It's been a super weird thing going on.
True.
so
Make me an empathy composure.
Yep.
Just
You
getting
as
a
well.
read here. That's probably gonna be not that great.
Okay. Okay.
What you
We
roll
got
is
each other's back.
perception.
We got each other's
Yeah,
back.
Empathy.
Oh,
composure.
perception. So my bad. Oops, my bad. Okay, my bad.
No problem.
Empathy. There you
I
go.
mean, you can ask questions. That's for sure.
Very
Yeah,
well.
no, it's just a first, before I ask
Oh.
questions, see if there's like something.
yeah,
A vibe. A vibe
I'm-
check.
I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna fight because Starbucks is trying to seem like he's fine.
Makes
So
sense.
I think it's persuasion manipulation.
Yeah. Well, are you fine?
Please.
No.
Then it's deception.
It's deception, yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to seem, then it's presence. So, presence deception.
Don't lie, Sarah. Are you sure you'll be okay?
Oh.
You know what? I'll also just why not for fun.
Okay.
I'll try to hack.
Sure. Go
I
ahead.
mean,
You decide.
How about? What did you see?
You know what?
What did you see,
Sure.
Daphne?
I mean, I could.
Okay, so Leo, once again, you're a little bit tired, a little bit overwhelmed.
Yes.
Soul, you notice that Styrex is trying to keep it together. but she's doing pretty really doing it pretty well. But Daphne is openly kind of fretting about Sarex.
Yeah.
Giving her space, trying to be close, and
Yeah.
supportive, sending worried looks.
All right.
Okay.
What happened?
Yeah, is everything okay? We tried to hide it, but I could see through it. But
I mean, okay. First of all, I mean, the artist, Miss Tista?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's fine.
Tista.
She's cool.
She's cool. Okay, that's
Uh-huh.
good to
You
know.
sure? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's totally cool. I don't know why you guys are being weird about it, but
Nah,
Did you-
just
Okay. I'm just
it's a
Yeah.
long
concerned.
time since you came back here, so
Yeah,
just-
I'm just concerned.
Sarax, if you wanna keep it a secret, that's totally fine.
At this point, it's better if I tell instead of
Yep.
keeping.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much. It seems like my soul is the soul of a dragon.
Oh,
we kind of knew that.
I mean,
A cool dragon.
but
I
there's
mean,
there's more.
oh,
It's
What's
not
more to
that.
tell?
It's not a young dragon. It's
Oh.
a big one, and keeping a soul like that in a tiefling body is not very compatible. To be honest.
I mean,
Huh.
You're doing it. So
I guess this one I didn't tell you. Only Daphne kind of knows, and pretty much my powers are sealed. This is pretty much not my let's go say full potential, but also it's a potential I can't control. And of course, being, let's say, a big soul might just not be the best vessel for it.
I think you're a good vessel.
mm-hmm.
I think you've shown that you can certainly control your powers in a lot of ways.
I think in that, I think otherwise.
That's unfortunate. I can tell you something that I made myself sure when we first heard of your last card. I'm definitely gonna make sure it's not gonna happen. Gonna prove to you that things are not always a one-way street.
We are still bound by fate.
I think we're making fate. So let's get some food. The desserts look very delicious. And sugar always helps. At least that's
Yep.
what I heard.
Sugar is expensive, so let's dine in. Might take a while before sugar again. Oh, and I see this. I'll be like, oh, and just turn back.
But I'll like, can I like stop so? Like as he moves back towards me. Hey,
I'll
what's
just
up?
go. No, just no. I'll be. No, you know what? I can get sweets in another time, and I just go back and sit down.
Are you? As Styrox tries to stop Soul from moving
No!
or getting away.
Stop! Just let me. No, please.
So,
No,
So-
please.
I'll
Why?
bring you something.
why?
Just you don't see it. It just
Don't
I
be
can't.
scared of them.
No. You guys don't see it.
Of
there's-
course we don't see it. If you are uncomfortable going to them, that's completely fine.
just
understand. Aren't they your friends?
was. Just
They are still friends. The only thing that changed is they are not Pakistani anymore, right?
I don't know. Just oh my God, you're just making one. No, I just.
Here's some sugar. So
Yeah.
if
Thank you.
I brought something for
Thank you.
everyone.
I'm sorry, but please, no. If you're gonna do some Vistani camp thing, I'm more hesitant to go. But if
We-
there's no choice, we go.
We don't have to face any Vistani camp right now. Right?
Okay.
I feel like it
So-
needs to be filled in a bit here.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about it now or later if you want. Just take your time. Process your feeling. Is very valid. You as well, Styrax. You as well, Leo, if you have any. Alright?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And so we'll just sit down.
So that's so. But what happened was she told you.
He bit her and
Okay. That's bold of you, Styrex.
how would Daphne feel about seeing her friends? Like, I know what Daphne felt before the thing, but after the thing, is she like,
You can still not like something a friend does, you know.
Yeah.
exactly?
But it's also
It's still
important
like-
to note that Tista asked for permission twice. Also.
I don't know. I feel like. I mean, I think at some point it was a bit uncomfortable with it, but then she was very polite about it.
Let me see. I like take Starrick's hands and have a look at the bite. Now that I have experience with
Yes.
bites, doesn't seem like aggressive or anything, right? Just
It seems rather modest.
I'll be fine. Don't worry. But we also how do I say this?
Yeah.
I almost burned a sofa.
oh,
Yes.
okay, but it's fine.
That's the thing. We learn what these wolves are and why I can't use detect magic in this castle. Of course, the walls are magic. They prevent every damage to inside the castle, but mostly
handy.
fire.
That's handy. Don't have to be worried about anything then. It's good. Alright.
There's a lot that happened tonight. I feel like
I do want my mind to get my mind off things, and I think we all want that a bit.
Yeah.
So, Styrix,
Yes.
you want to dance?
You're
seriously.
interrupted, Leo,
Oh.
as Stradania's eyes meets yours across the ballroom floor. And the gaze is of a nature that there's an immediate knot that forms in your stomach. It's a promise of danger, but there's something else there as well. Excitement. And she boldly strides towards you, relief and determination playing on her now exposed face, masks discarded somewhere, and your mouth goes dry. Here it is, the final act in tonight's play, the finale.
I think you have a better partner, Leo.
Too fast than what is good for you, but slower than what you wanted it to be. She arrives before you. The impeccable posture of a general, the scheming grin of a ruler, the charm of a gentlewoman. She reaches down, kisses your hand, and brings your form closer to hers. Finally, I have fulfilled my duties as host and lord, and now I am all yours. Come, my handsome, I have something to show you.
Ooh.
She doesn't let go of your hand. And she guides you along. Whilst the grip isn't harsh, there's no room for question in that grip. And she gently tugs you along towards that staircase which she descended upon from earlier. And as soon as she starts moving towards it, in some kind of secret cue, the music stops. And you two go up the staircase together. Switch this to that.
While they are going, Starbucks will just like lean on Daphne. And I think he might have a good night.
Well, at this point, I want some sleep.
Oh,
I think we all do.
We do.
How are you feeling, Starbucks?
Oh god, it won't load.
We're still a bit. Not gonna lie to you. This is too much. I think I will need to sleep it away.
Absolutely.
You step out on the balcony overlooking the masquerade from above, but now it's quiet. String silent, conversations ended on cue, and eyes directed on you and Lady Sardania as you travel across the length of the balcony floor. Some gazes down there are filled with expectation, others with fear, some with morbid curiosity, some with companionable worry, and some with pure hatred. Lady Sardania opens the door at the other end of the balcony, leading you into a spiral staircase. And as soon as you two together disappear into the darkness beyond, and the door closes behind you, noise returns to the ballroom. Chatter returns, gazes averted. But the musicians seem to have finished their repertoire. They remain seated with lax bows, and on their faces the drunken smile persists. Do you do anything in particular, Daphne, Sarx?
No, not really.
All right, you hang around. Okay.
Yeah, we just hang around. Yeah.
All right, 20 minutes more, guys, if that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, Leo, the wooden door closes behind you. And together you ascend a spiral staircase that reminds you a bit of the one that leads up to that strange beating crystal heart and your own apartment. But in this spiral staircase, there's no strange beating light from above. And instead there is a shield that seems to travel from above to below. But Sardania only moves one floor up as she steps towards one of the 2 steel doors on the next landing. Oh, I have you guys stored over there, just so you guys know, so. Gonna move you to here.
Oh.
Different.
Together with Stradania.
Fight the ball.
She merely gives you a smile as she steps through that metal door into this room here. It's a very intimate room. Oak paneled walls, an oak paneled roof, a great fireplace, a corner that can only be described as a mound of blue pillows. There's a central table with playing cards strewn about, and an end table in the corner with refreshments. There's a clutter of books, musical instruments, and different kinds of games scattered about this den. But Sardania merely steps over the pillows, push away a chair in her wake, and she passes by a painting with playful and frolicking nymphs and satyrs in a forest meadow, and heads into this grand dining room from the stone archway. There's a long patterned wooden table to your immediate right, and across the room there are 2 doors. There are 2 grand paintings. One is crisp and detailed depiction of a bustling and hectic marketplace with vendors, choppers, marching soldiers, and a town crier. The other is more muddled but rich, serene, depicting a forest stream. But Sardania continues ahead, moving you towards the valve door across the room into an oak-paneled hallway with portraits in both ends of people you do not recognize. As she moves down it, she with familiarity pushes open another arched wooden door with a wolven head carved into it. Step into this lounge. A fussy carpet on the floor, seating arrangement in green velvet, lush red curtains covering high leaded windows that hint a crenelled walkway beyond, and glass door cabinets with refreshments, cutlery, glasses, as well as more games. Mr. Jana pushes on and gives you an encouraging smile as you step into the next room, where you find an impossible soft red carpet on the floor, a large canopied forest green bed, cherry oak dresses, a crackling fireplace, and a portrait that hangs above of 2 individuals. A large muscular man with a stern face, clad in a military uniform, peppered with medals. And sitting on a chair in front, a lady with snow-white skin, a glittering white dress, and long straight hair shimmering in purple, blue, and green as a raven's wing. But once again, she doesn't stop there. Marching across the room, she opens the last door. Into an office of sorts. There's an intricate wooden parquet underneath your feet, 2 walls covered from top to bottom with bookshelves a stately velvet inlaid desk with strewn documents and books on them, a polished and decorated grand piano, and a comfortable lime green divan in front of the fireplace. And there, above it, is you. Or somebody just like you. A confident face. Not again. Chestnut hair, pushed back, wearing riding gear, and sitting on a grey speckled horse in a forest background. And with straight but relaxed posture is someone that looks exactly like you. With more gentleness, she guides you towards the divan and bids you to sit down.
Sit down.
She gazes up towards the portrait, lovingly, and then down on you. Lord Leonard, I find it difficult to offer such soft and sensitive words out of a mouth that has become so used to demanding order in a chaotic world. Please allow me to warm up to the task by letting my heart speak directly to you through my fingers instead. This piece I composed soon after your death. She says in a tone only a few decibels above whispering. And lets go of your hand.
Beautiful. It's crazy to see kind of a picture of myself, but not a picture of myself.
That is something I wish to discuss, but first, I think this will let you understand me better. And she walks over to the piano and sits down, and you realize that what she meant with peace was not painting, but music. Oh, not that one.
The cloud is back.
What a weird piano.
What a weird piano, bro. You got windpipes in it.
You listen to this performance silently and watching her as she does. The piece indubitably reveals parts of her character to you. Her straight and impeccable posture exposes a strict upbringing and the weight that she willingly subjects her own shoulders to. The notes she has chosen both announces that her mind holds secret melodies and emotions, but also a brilliance, a clear indication of her genius, but also a need to assert it, to prove that she is worthy of it. The dynamics are sometimes slow, whispery, sweet, which concedes that she has a soft touch when she wants to. But as easily, Her hands hammer away in blinding speed, unyielding, exacting, chasing, and confessing a short and wild temper. Lastly, her emotional expression, as she lets the music speak through her, can be observed. At first, it is merely a perfect display of unattached focus. If there's nothing simmering in her heart from the soaring, provoking musical sentences, or if there is pride blocking such a vulnerable facade, you can't really tell. However, as the piece paints its story, a crack appears in the mirror of her eyes. It's a stoic face, yes, but as you peer closer, the windows to her soul betrays a deep, clawing, heavy grief. Grief and loneliness. So, not a perfect soul. Far from it. Her actions and reputation has certainly revealed that to you. But even if you do not agree with her methods, she is undoubtedly a great soul nonetheless. But is it a soul worthy of some admiration, respect, even love? You might be the only one who holds that answer. An answer that would most assuredly paint the soul's happiness, frustration, and despair going forward. In your hand lies the pen, the sword, the scales. Now fate will hold its breath as it patiently waits for the answer that will soon come. As the last tones of the piece rings out in the room. But Sardania, uncommonly so, remains passive, only watching her hands resting on the white keys in contemplative silence.
Beautiful piece.
There's a sigh that travels through her whole body. She twists her head to look at you from the corner of her eyes. Then she smiles. A bit shyly. She stands up, heads back to you, and leans her hip against the desk. First, before we go exploring other interesting and delectable topics, I must express my utmost gratitude for your acceptance of this event. I haven't felt the biting but warm touch of the sun for many, many years now. But alas, I swear, your presence is like that. Like the first spring glimpse of the sun after a long, bitter winter. And I can lightheartedly say I crave it no longer, as you are here with me.
Give her a hug. Out of nowhere.
She's a bit surprised at first, then certainly reciprocates. and moves back, but remains in your embrace, and moves up 2 hands to cup your face. But she wants to look at you. Before we start doing other things, Lord Leonard, there's something I need to say. Please listen to it for not a moment.
Gal releases a hug and says, yeah, this hug was just because I thought you deserved it. Nothing else.
This time there's a brilliant smile. And she tries to compose herself before she says, oh, you've always been too good. So, once upon a time, I was a different woman. Slightly so, but different. That woman met him. And Sir Daniel's eyes wander to that of the painting above the mantelpiece with a clear, painful longing in her crimson eyes. And it's so strange to see such vulnerability and such monstrous pools. He was one of the gods' men, fashioned by their hands to show those beneath that there is a paradise where we can enter, and that this light can be here with us. In those tumultuous years, the war, the passing of my parents, the surprising truth of my intense love grew upon me like some kind of parasitic plant run wild. As he approached me, I came to see that he was beyond a beauty, as a river in a spring flood was beyond a drop of water. He was, without doubt, the most handsome soul that I have ever met. Her eyes falls from the portrait to gaze with inner despair onto the flames writhing in her fireplace. Along with the sharp joy of love, a love I wasn't sure I was capable of feeling until him. I was cut in twain by the razor edge of despair, and I was unable to conceal that pain. I am still unable to conceal it. The mists have risen high, the stars hidden from my sight. 1,000 nights, thousands of years laid before me without him. Or so I thought. Her eyes wanders up to you again, searching. I have had some time to ponder upon this miracle, and I have reached a revelation of a kind. I have been unfair to you, and I can do nothing else than to lay my heart and my apology at your feet and hope you will forgive me. My absolute awe of your existence regrettably clouded my better judgment. You, my handsome. And she moves one of the hands to move a strand of hair behind your ear. Is not, in the end, my Emmerich. You share the same soul, yes, but not the same life nor experience. You possess the misery of innocence, which, like a cloud, passes over the fair moon for a while, hides but cannot tarnish your brightness.
Thoughts?
She steps back a little bit from the embrace, but doesn't let you go completely. He is not here, nor will he ever be. But in my presence still is the river, the earth, the sky, the music, the sunlight without shadow, even if it's humming a slightly different melody and glowing a different light. When I looked upon him, my heart would swoop and soar. And when I look upon you, my handsome Lord Leonard, my heart still swoops and soars in elated glory. And that is all the proof I need that my love does not discriminate. I love your essence, Leonard, not your past. Do you find any sense in my ramblings?
It's quite good to hear. Because while I see similarities between the two of us, I don't think I can ever be him. For you or for anyone else, really. I can try, but I don't think that's how it works. So, I'm glad you understand that.
I do.
think it's impressive.
I do. And again, I'm sorry if I ever pushed something that was already dead upon you.
It's fine. Not anything compared to anyone else, really. So, I'm used to that kind of thing, I suppose. Getting something pushed upon you. Well.
She steps into the embrace, getting closer to your face again with her own hand. And she searches deep within your eyes. There's a bit of hesitation at first, and then the tide turns to determination. I must then selfishly ask, do you hold any tender feelings towards me? And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode of Curse upon the Torment! Yay!
Damn.
Yay.
Damn. Fucking
Yay.
damn.